You know, you can have all the plans that you have in the world. You can be ready, you can have studied, you can look good in a game. But at the end of the day, the better team will win. You know, I said of Pirates that 95% of their season is going to be games where maybe they didn't deserve to win and they'll be able to take it. And I think for Mamelodi Sundowns, this is one of those games. Marumo Gallants came with a plan. They basically tried to mirror a lot of what TS Galaxy did in their win versus Mamelodi Sundowns. And for the most part, it looked good. They looked like they were frustrating Sundowns. But you know what the big difference between Sundowns and Marumo Gallants is? This is not Sundowns' first war. This is not Sundowns' first battle. And while low block is an issue, let's be honest, it hasn't been a real issue for Sundowns until they meet teams that are at their level. You know, under Rulani, Sundowns had a lot of these games where the chameleon was not chameleoning, they couldn't find the openings, they couldn't open, and all they did was to pummel at that defense up until it gave up a goal. They take their one goal and they go home. This is what happened in this game. Now, I want to start off by giving Marumo Gallants a lot of credit. Like I said, they prepared. They knew what they wanted to do. They came into this game and they said, we're going to go back 6. The big difference between them and TS Galaxy was they went back 6. The 4, and they'd make their wing backs come back to make it a 6, right? But they were determined to make sure that Mamelodi Sundowns does not get space. Reyners is on the starting lineup. Well, we're not going to allow him to run all the way back in. When you play versus Sundowns, there's a very fine line that you have to play. So you have to be deep, but not all the way deep. You can't be in a low block. You can't be in a high press. You have to find the middle ground where you stop them from being able to play the balls over to Reyners, but you also stop them from being able to play the ball in front of the box. And I think Marumo Gallants did that very well. I'm going to give Marumo Gallants credit also that they had an attacking plan, right? Their striker, it was Dion, Junior Dion, and the supporting cast around him, Abu Zindoga, who are around him. They also realized that, hey man, let's go and counter Mamelodi Sundowns and try put pressure on them with the 3 men. Leave the rest of the people at the back, counter with the 3 men, and push the Sundowns back. They even scored via what I believe is now Mamelodi Sundowns' biggest glaring weakness, crosses, that they don't position themselves well when it comes to crosses and getting at the end of crosses. So they took the lead and they looked great. But you know what happens? Playing low block and defense, you need to have the greatest concentration. You need to be a team that knows that we're going to sit there and we're going to take this punishment and we're going to be concentrated. And that is what PSL teams don't have. So I know I stopped the video a lot and a lot of you are wondering, why are you asking for money? So I wanted to show you. I asked for money because I want to do more of this. Huh? But the truth of the matter is that it took over an hour in order just to render that shot. And it takes even longer when I'm doing my normal content because, guys, here's the unsung hero of the channel. And unfortunately, Shem, wazama, but the screen is broken. I have to use a second screen and the performance is not up to it. So I'd really love to upgrade things like that. And when you look over here, this is what the setup looks like. Rehenga di patlo and rehenga di green screen, which is a reality of being a South African content creator. Also, this is what people think is my studio. It's actually my house. So if you still don't know that I'm doing all of this from my home, then I don't know. But that is essentially what I want to do. More of these cool things. But I need you guys to please help me out by donating 50 Rand or more into this account. You know, we're fighting for multi-choice. And for multi-choice, but there's subscription models all over the place. And I'd love to give the biggest quality while also being able to pay my rent and do things like that. That is where your money is going. And I promise to give you only the best content that I can if you do throw something in. So I just wanted to show you guys what I want to do with your money. I want to take this South African football and fulfill my dream of taking it into the future. But thank you guys so much. Remember, this is the bank account that you deposit into. Get back into the video. In the second half, I don't know if Marumo Gallants became more confident. I don't know if Marumo Gallants, I don't know if they thought the game was in the bag or if they started feeling themselves a little bit more than they should be. But they started taking themselves out of their structure and playing the ball and tapping the ball and doing all of these things. And then the defense would be left with 4. And the space that you started to see, and I was screaming. You can watch my live. I was so adamant that they needed to watch out for the top of the box because they were going deeper and deeper and deeper with less players. So there was a space just in front of the box where anybody could have started taking shots from there, and maybe something could have come from this game. And lo and behold, maybe not from all the way to the tops, just at the top of the box, just before the top, Allende was able to turn around, take a shot, and it became 1-1. And the game became a completely different game. Because the discipline, the structure, the preparedness of Marumo Gallants went away. And it started becoming a pound-for-pound game. Now, they did get their chances. There was a lot of chances they got. There was even passages of play where if they made the right decision and didn't turn around and didn't try and dribble the ball and didn't try and do things, or Kabadina Mhamgo, when he came on, didn't try and take everybody on, there was a place where he could have laid off for his teammates for them to score. If it wasn't for those little things, maybe they could have won this game. But the moment they started opening up, the moment the changes were made by Coach Cardoso and Salesh came on, and Salesh, you could tell that, man, he's not a striker. I've said this before. He's not a striker, but somebody who likes to connect the ball. He likes to assist. He likes to look for the pass. The moment those things started happening, that's when you saw Gallants losing. And also, that's where you saw Gallants that they were just tired, man. They're not used to doing this. They're a ball-playing team. Defending for 90 minutes was never going to be something that they were going to be good at. And lo and behold, Mamelodi Sundowns, the better team, the more focused team, came out and exploited those weaknesses. When the defense was in 6s and 7s and Sales was able to find Ribeiro, that was just down to, guys, you're tired, your concentration is gone, you're just running around now. So I want to give Marumo Gallants credit for coming with the plan and running with the plan for a little bit, but I want to give Mamelodi Sundowns a little bit more of the credit, because in as much as we've complained about low blocks, let's be honest, last season Sundowns almost went invincible. Got the low blocks, got the struggles. Let's be honest, this season Sundowns has broken records. Goals scored by this time of the season, points accrued by this time of the season, those are new records. Got the low block too. So they're finding the answers. And I think maybe similar to we Pirates and their weaknesses, these are not going to be weaknesses that are going to be exploited in the league. They're going to be exploited later on by teams that will be structured enough for 90 minutes, that will score 1 or 2 goals on the counter, that will be able to shut the back door. But let's be real, it's not the PSL. That's not going to happen here in the PSL. So most of the games that Mamelodi Sundowns are going to play, even the ones that they don't quote-unquote deserve to win, they're going to win. And look at the scores. Sundowns doesn't have an 8-1 win versus Marumo Gallants. But the number of goals that they're stacking and stacking and stacking, I believe they've scored 38 goals now in 17 games. That means they're scoring at a rate of more than 1 goal a game, which is incredible. They've only conceded, 8 today. They've only conceded 8 goals, which means they concede 0.5. They concede 1 goal every 2 matches. So you have to give credit where credit is due. This is an incredible Mamelodi Sundowns team. Incredible. And while there's a little bit of a cheat code that the teams are trying to come with, it's not strong enough to beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Ribeiro keeps going. The only thing that Mamelodi Sundowns for me has to look out for is the discipline. You can't be getting red cards every single game. Didn't Onyango get a red card the last time when they played Polokwane City and Libusa had to take goals, had to go into the goals? Already Abu Mudawu have seen red, Abu Obas have seen red a few times, I think twice this season. They have to look out for that, because that is where they're going to be hurt. And maybe another question will be to the coaching staff. that yes, Marumo Gallants wasn't going to do 90 minutes of that. But the fact that they scored first, and if you find another team that just goes, we're going to sit back, or you find a team that's going to play like ETS Galaxy did, that's going to cause a lot of problems. So they need to look out for that too. But all in all, I think Mamelodi Sundowns is good for the win. And well done to Mamelodi Sundowns. And we'll see what happens on the next time. I'll see you guys then. Bye, everyone.